What's up, everybody? I want to tell you about Anchor. If you haven't heard about Anchor by Spotify, it's one of the easiest ways to make a podcast with everything you need all in one place. Let me explain. Anchor has tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. When hosting Anchor on Anchor, you can distribute your podcast on listening platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and more. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. And best of all, Anchor is totally free. So download Anchor, the app, or go to anchor.fm to get started. And I'm a veteran, so let's hear some more military cadences. What's up, family? Here we are together again. I can tell you today that I am just tired. I'm tired. I think because I know the year's ending. It's just like so freaking tired. Let's get into some news. Let's see. The Lakers are playing. Not that you guys care too much about that. There's always news. So a group of lawmakers in the House or in Senate have introduced legislation that, if passed, would ban TikTok in the U.S. People said if that happened, that'd be like, TikTok. People say TikTok is like Jumanji. Once you get in, that is it. The bill will protect Americans from blocking and prohibiting all transactions from any social media company in or under the influence of China, Russia, and several other foreign countries of the U.S. A lawmaker sent in a news release. The legislation is sponsored by Senator Marco Rubio of Florida, with a companion measure introduced by the House of Reps Mike Gallagher, Republican, in Wisconsin, and Raja on the Democrat side. I'm not going to butcher that name. The lawmaker said the bill aims to protect Americans from foreign adversaries who might use certain social media to surveil Americans, learn sensitive data about them, influence campaigns, or propaganda. Under the measure, the president could impose sanctions on TikTok and other social media companies to prevent commercial operation in the U.S. With Congress in session for only a few more days, this bill is likely to be considered in either chamber, but unlikely. But it could be reintroduced next year when its prospects the House would be higher under the Republican majority. So, yeah. People are saying, how would that be enforced? At the source, Android depends on the Play Store. If you can't download the app, you've got no access. TikTok is a national security risk for just in US, UK, and Europe are at risk too. Some people said good. Someone said, why Russia banned Western news, internet entertainment outlets, same in Iran, North Korea, so no more finger pointing from American Republicans. Well, China banned Facebook and Instagram, and it's been really, really good. They're worried that TikTok could access to non-public information, while Trump openly asked Russia to hack a presidential nominee. That was a good one. If TikTok goes away, lots of people will be sad. Jack tweeted, the old owner of Twitter, he said, there's a lot of conversation around Twitter files. Here's my take and thoughts on how to fix the issues identified. I'll start with principles. I've come to believe, based on everything I've learned and experienced through my past actions, Twitter as a co-founder and lead, social media must be resilient to corporate and government control. Only the original author may remove content that they produce. Moderation is best implemented by algorithmic choice. I don't want to edit everything into a 280 character chunk, so here's the rest. Yeah. People were saying the former CEO of Twitter must have been out of town when the company he founded was violating principles, and now he says that he believes in. Someone said, Jack, you either had no idea what was going on at the company you ran because you were high as a kite 24/7, or you lied under oath. Not sure which is worse. I'm sorry, but where were you lasting years? All this stuff happened under you. Yeah. Elon says he's cleaning Twitter house, so I don't know. I don't know what you guys are going to do about that. Let's see what else. Elon continues to troll the snowflakes, as he likes to call them. I'm really like I said, I've been really trying to focus on light news. I don't want to bombard you guys with so much sadness during the holiday. Let's see. So, yeah, let's just go into my story time. And first and foremost, before I start this, I just want to say I really can't stand rich people, because rich people, everybody in the world kind of monitors and mirrors their life after rich people, and rich people are a terrible example because they don't have to deal with the same problems and repercussions as we do. And yeah, so first and foremost, one of the people that I hate that is rich is Puff Daddy. I really can't stand him. I feel like he's a terrible example for kids and women. But let me get into this pre-recorded message. And can't stop, won't stop. Diddy spotted holding hands and making googly eyes at IG model 4 days after birth of newborn. There he is making googly eyes. His latest draft pick, yeah, that's what the Shade Room called her, is Shantia. This is the mother of Diddy's newest child, Dana Tran. And he announced today that Young Miami is not his side chick, never has, never will be. She's very important to me, and I don't play about my shawty wop. Talk about old school slang. I don't discuss things on the internet, and I will not start today. And that was Daphne. She's been quiet. It's unclear. She's still on the roster. So Shade Room is basically implying that Diddy has a whole roster of women. Let's go to the comments. He's too old for this. What may not work for you works for others. Wow, that woman is stunning. He innocent. Get checked. Have a baby, mommy, be a millionaire. This is just promoting the wrong message for our people, and everyone just swallowing it up. He has a dream. Richie D, you are not Puff. He must be putting together Identity Kane too. Like I said, I don't want to be a shorty wop. You know what? I don't want to be a shorty wop either. I'm going to leave it at that. If your goal in life is to be rich, as 50 Cent says, have a baby, mommy, baby, and be a millionaire. That's not my ministry. But if that's how y'all want to get the bag, I'm not mad at y'all. I mean, in this society, I don't even think that there is any pulling anything back. Like, the train is derailed and it's just going to a place far, far, far away. Let me know what y'all think. So the trial is still going on with Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez. She said that he offered her $1 million and keep quiet about the shooting video. Let's go to somebody that has been there in the court.
Right about in the morning, we're currently on lunch break. She's going to come back and complete her testimony this afternoon. It started with questions about Tory Lanez. She testified that she knew him only for a short time leading up to this incident. They were friends. She was asked, were you intimate? She said yes. She was asked, were you exclusive? She said quite happily, no. Then they asked her about her relationship with Kelsey. She said that she's known Kelsey since freshman year of college. How do you know her? How would you describe the relationship? I found her answer very interesting. She said, I quote, "We did everything together." They asked her, hey, how do you feel about being here today? She was struggling through the testimony. I was a little surprised at her answer. She said, I don't feel good. I can't believe I have to come do this. Not really sounding like a victim to me. She's a strong black woman. That's the image that the jury, I think, would have gotten of her. And I expected her to say something more like, I'm here for justice. I'm here to tell my truth. That man shot me. They asked her about when they left the party and when Tory got there. So she explained day 2 of the Tory Lanez trial is underway. That initially she had gotten there with a larger group of people. Then later she asked Tory to come. By the time Tory got there, it was a lot fewer people. And then towards the end of the night, they asked her who was left. And she said it was basically just me, Tory, and Kelsey. And then we got in the pool. Then she said that when they were in the pool, her wig started getting loose. It was coming off. She felt uncomfortable, so she wanted to leave. She told Kelsey. Her and Kelsey went to the driver and said, hey, we want to leave. And this brings up the first point of contention where, according to Meg, the driver said, I won't leave without Tory. Now, obviously, Tory's team says Meg said she won't leave without Tory. And then the person actually the defense attorney asked, well, why didn't Tory want to leave? And everybody was waiting for the answer to that question because that's the whole Kylie Jenner angle. Unfortunately, the defense objected. The judge said sustained. She didn't answer the question, why didn't Tory leave? The whole situation in the car. She testified to Meg, hey, why are you snaking your friend like this? And basically revealing that he had hooked up with both of them, that they had been cheated on by him. And this sort of led into the whole big fight. At one point, she gets out of the car, but then she did get back in because they convinced her to get back in, and then we get to the shooting. And here, there was some shocking stuff. So here's some of the key stuff. One, Meg described that, hey, look, I got out of the car, I looked back over me, and then I saw Tory holding a gun, pointing it at me, and he shot me after he said, dance bitch. But then, this is the prosecution asking the questions, and even in the prosecution asking the questions, she said stuff that makes you scratch your head, which leads you to believe that what's going to happen under cross-examination. The prosecution asked her this, where was Kelsey when Tory was doing the shooting? You know what Meg said? Meg said, I didn't see Kelsey. I only saw Tory. Question, was she in your field of vision? Because she's right there. Where was she? If you can't answer that question, that doesn't seem like it adds up, especially not in a case where the theory from the other side is that there was a struggle and that saying to Meg, hey, Kelsey was the one who let off the gun. If the victim can't tell you where Kelsey is, that seems highly problematic to me. The other parts of the testimony that were a little bit confusing is they asked her, where was Tory? Was he standing on the car? Was he standing on the ground? And she said, well, he was shooting up over the window, but I don't know if he was standing on something. And they asked her, how tall is he? She said, I think he's like 5'3" or 5'4". He's taller than that, but that's not tall enough to shoot over the window of an Escalade while standing on the ground. And then they asked her, hey, was he on the passenger door, or was he on the front door or the back door? That's what she said. He's on the passenger side, and they were like, all right, well, was it the front door or the back door? She said, I don't know. The other part of her testimony, the two of them, no. Meg's testimony is she got shot, she went away, and then she saw Kelsey and Tory both coming to them. Again, does not add up. We finished with, why did you not tell the police the truth? And this was very interesting, whereas typically prosecutors are in the business of supporting police officers. Here, they elicited testimony where Meg said, look, I didn't tell the police the truth because this was around the time George Floyd had been shot, and I thought if I told them the truth, they were going to shoot Tory. I didn't feel safe with the police. And I thought this was kind of weird, but she said it. She said, I'm a member of the black community, and in my community, we don't cooperate. What do I think? I think that the rest of the direct testimony is going to come out. It will be interesting. I think the defense attorney has a lot of room. Hey, what's up, bro? I think the defense attorney has a lot of room to poke holes in the story. And I think the rest of the witnesses are going to say things that the defense attorney is going to have to show that it doesn't all add two of them. No. Meg's testimony is she got shot, shut up. That if Kelsey was right there, how is Meg the...
So, a lot of people in the comments were saying that guy who's supposed to be a journalist, he seems a little bit leaning towards not thinking that Megan is innocent, which I didn't think he did a good job either, but whatever. I will reserve my judgment for when I finally see who's guilty and who is not. So this is a story about a woman who went on a date with a dude, and because he was late, she wants him to pay for her kids' food. So let me know what you guys think of this. Here, take a listen.
For your kids.
You already had me wait an hour and a half. So it's for my kids.
For your kids?
Yeah, you owe me that.
And then with their daddy? No, that is.
Oh my God. So
That's so.
go ahead and bring another steak and some potatoes.
Okay.
No, I'm not bring no potato.
Sesame sauce.
No, bring the check. I'm paying for my meal and your meal. I'm not paying
And
for your
my
kids' meal. No.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not paying for their kids' meal. No.
So you don't think you owe me after having me wait an hour and a half?
I told you I owe you. I owe you when I take you out
Okay,
again.
and so you're gonna pay for my kids' food.
No, I'm not doing that.
Can you please go ahead and
I'm not doing that. No. Hold up, beautiful. Hold up. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Why you gotta
Listen.
bring two, please?
What's your name, Kiera?
Bring 2 orders.
Why should I do that, Kiera?
Because you sitting right here on the day.
I was late to the date.
Can you bring 2 orders?
But I'm saying, why would I get her kids food? Why would I get her kids some food? They with their daddy.
She was
Daddy.
She was right here.
Their daddy should be feeding them.
She was waiting for
You say you order a steak for your son? How old is he?
He ate.
He ain't eating steak. He eating Cindy. I eat. No, hell no. Hell no. I'm straight. I'm cool. Don't put that on my bill.
Give him a
Don't put that on
steak.
me.
Make sure you put a side of A1 sauce as well. He
Yo,
paying
can
for
you-
all of this today.
I'm not paying for
Yes,
all
you
that.
are.
No, I'm not paying for all that.
Yes, you are.
You gonna get her fired up in here.
She ain't gonna get
No, I'm
fired.
about to go back in the kitchen. You got me messed up, bro. I'm about to tell her right now. No, for real. I'm telling her right now. No, yeah, man, I'm not paying for that. No, I'm not. I'm not paying for this food.
Yes, you are.
I'm not paying for this.
She sat here and watched
Just
me
'cause I
wait
was
an hour
late.
and a half for you.
Just 'cause I was late, I'm not paying for this. No, I'm not doing that.
And then I thought we already at Red Lobster. You couldn't take me nowhere
I'm about to go
else.
back to the kitchen. I'm going back to the
Took me
kitchen.
nowhere else?
No, I'm not paying for this. I'm about to leave. You gonna pay for my food and your food and what you ordered in here.
Go to
No,
Red
listen, no, I'm
Lobster.
straight.
I've been here since I was 15.
Okay, I told you I owe you one. So I mean I'll take you out again.
Whatever.
Do something for you, but I'm not doing something for your kids.
Whatever.
No.
I want you
I ain't
to
even
make
met your
sure
kids.
I want you to make sure that
So, moral of the story, neither one of them are meant for each other. I don't know why she waited an hour and a half for him. That's my question. Like, somebody's an hour and a half late. I'm leaving. Let's go to the next thing.
Unpopular opinions on spirituality that will make you look at the world differently. So my video won't get taken down as TikTok is fake. 1. You don't have to practice religion to be spiritual. 2. Heaven is a state of mind that we can reach on earth. 3. Before we were born, our soul chose the life that we wanted to experience. 4. If we don't learn the lessons of this life, we keep reincarnating until we do. 5. The pineal gland, aka the third eye, is our gateway to higher consciousness. 6. Extraterrestrials are real and living amongst us. 7. Past life regression works and you can do it through self-hypnosis. 8. Healing crystals are a legit way to heal your energy. 9. The world operates on the principles of energy, frequency, and vibration. 10. We have multiple realities and each choice we make leads to the reality we experience.
So first off, let me say, I do believe in the Lord Jesus Christ. He is my Savior. And I do believe he died on the cross for my sins. With that being said, if any of this ever is true when I see God, Jesus, I want to know why I chose this life. I need to know that. That's just inquiring minds. That's what's up every day. Why did I pick this life? Why didn't I pick a life of like a princess or a queen or somebody really that has a plush, soft life? Like for real. Yeah. Let me know what you guys thought about that. Let's go to the next one.
Happened that night when the two of you went out and you ran into Lenny and the woman at the club?
Okay, so we went out because it was Formula One, and our friends just opened their nightclub gala, our best friends.
Yep.
And I'm standing there talking to like a few friends, and then I turned around, bumped right into Lenny. Like he was walking in, and he was holding the girl's hand. And so this was like
It was so new.
It was
It
so
was
fresh.
so
Like
new.
I'm so heartbroken, and I told him, please don't. If you're gonna go out, don't have any PDA. I don't want to see it. And so I looked down and I was like shocked, and I said, can you not do this? And then they didn't stop, and then
Things got ugly by the end.
well, no, I said I confronted. I said, well, how could you do this? How could you do this?
To me,
Because
question
I've
mark.
known the person for a while. I was like, how? And she's like,
You've known the person for a while.
yeah.
From where?
Just like in our social circles, like social.
Would
Yeah.
she come,
So that was Lisa from Real Housewives of Mexico, Miami. She caught her husband out in public with his message, which Miami's super small, number one. Number two, I'm going to do a podcast on this, how these women, they get all this Botox, all this plastic surgery, and her husband was a plastic surgeon, only for him to go and cheat. I mean, it always makes me think of poor Betty Broderick, whose husband was having an affair, and she kept like getting fake boobs and all these things done. And then in the end, he still cheated on her, and she ended up, killing him and his new wife. And I just wonder, at what limit do women... It's one thing if you want to do things for yourself. Like, if you planning your great escape, like, and Lisa's interesting because I know she's always was watching her body. She had surrogates for children. Yeah, interesting. One day when I have time, I'll do one on them.
You ever get afraid that you might cause a divorce? Because, like, if someone's wife came home and all of a sudden could frickin' gobble the goo 1,000 times better, they'd be thinking, well, who the fuck taught you that?
No, I think if that happens, then they should be like, I took CJ Ryder's class. I read her book. I took the master class, and it was to please you. Like, I think he should congratulate her.
Gobble the goo. I love that. So that lady has a book, CJ Ryder, if you want to give your husband a better blowjob. I would probably give a disclaimer like, babe, I've been taking a class. I don't know. That's kind of weird. I mean, my husband would like it, but then on the same token, he'd be like, why are you practicing these skills? But hey, whatever spices up your marriage or your relationship.
So the first major thing I learned in therapy that changed my life was that I had a sex addiction. It was so cold the way my therapist connected the dots back to when I was like 7 years old. And it was just my parents and me in an apartment. An apartment used to get broke into all the time. Like, niggas used to just break in the apartment. I used to hear the footsteps, and it was to the point where I could recognize who footsteps, like them familiar footsteps, somebody in here. And I jump under the bed. I got a little brave as I got older, and I hide in the closet with a hammer in my hand. You know what I'm saying? But it fucked me up. Fast forward, when I was about 11, we moved into this house. My parents would be at work, whatever, in the summertime, you know what I'm saying? They'll leave me home alone. I'll be trapped in my room from fear, to the point where I wouldn't even go to the bathroom. One day I'm looking through my father's DVDs trying to find a movie to watch. End up finding like Round and Brown, Volume 2, or Booty Talk 24, some crazy shit like that. And pop it in an Xbox like, man, what is this? Porn come on. It's my first time seeing, some shit like this. And it felt like 2 minutes went by and my mom was home from work, just like that. And it was just like, really 5 hours had went by. And it was just like, man, I wasn't scared. I didn't feel no anxiety. I felt completely comfortable, and the time flew by. So from that day on, I was addicted to the shit. It was like, and it wasn't about like masturbating. Of course, I'm horny. I'm watching shit. I'm a kid, all this ass bouncing, of course. But it was like, it wasn't about none of that. It was really about the companionship of these DVDs are like making me feel safe. Like, this stuff is making me, feel confident and cool and just relaxed in this house where I feel like extreme anxiety. You know what I'm saying? So I carried that into adulthood to the point where it went from DVDs to actual women. And the difference is like, that DVD can't get attached to me. It don't have feelings and emotions. These women do. So that was the problem about, with what I was doing. I was in this relationship, and we was dating. We had this big argument. We broke up. About 6 months later, we started talking again. She went through my phone. She came to me like, you had sex with 4 girls in 3 days. And I was like, the fuck is you talking about? I don't got time as a grown man to be having sex with 4 chicks in 3 days. Like, what you talking about? So she like, nah, I went to your phone. You got the videos, the timestamps. You recorded all 4 of them. You know what I'm saying? So I see that you had sex with 4. We had an argument one day. The next morning you had sex with a girl. That night you had sex with a different girl. And for the next 2 nights you had sex with 2 different women. You know what I'm saying? It was 4 different chicks in 3 days. And I'm just like, damn, that's crazy. Because it wasn't even intentional. And it wasn't like I was trying to have sex with 4 different girls in 3 days. It was like when nighttime hit, I can't fall asleep with these negative emotions. I'm scrolling through my contacts and through Instagram trying to hit up whoever could come through, you know what I'm saying, to get me through the night so I don't have to deal with whatever anxiety I'm dealing with, whatever emotion I'm dealing with. I didn't know how to just sit alone and handle my own emotions. So that's what I ran to. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing this shit since I was 11 years old.
That's interesting. Interesting addiction and what caused it. I think if people always get to the root of their causes, and that with therapy, that can help. But yeah.
Do you know how many married women are single mothers?
I don't, but, whoa.
Get into it. Get into it. Get into
Married
it.
women are single? How does
How
that?
I'll give you this explanation.
Okay.
I'm not, because me and my husband actually work together on raising our kids. But there is plenty of households where a woman is solely responsible for raising kids.
And that's
a man don't give a fuck.
And you define those women as single mothers?
A married woman that's a single mom, yeah. Legally, no. But in reality, if you're a man, and I mean, your household run how your household run. But if you can't help your wife or your girl out with the kids, and you know she need a break, or I saw a video of a girl breastfeeding, and she was dozing off breastfeeding. The boyfriend was recording her. Look at you being reckless. Da, 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 da. Why wouldn't you just grab your baby? Baby, go lay down for a second. You tired?
Now I get you.
Because she's a single mom.
But you know what? Personally,
Next caller.
I potty trained.
That is interesting, and I think that's the old school way. And I love that the younger generation is breaking these old school traditions, because absolutely, the man would work and come home and relax, and the woman, we don't live in that era anymore. Now men and women have to work. So yes, both parents should be equally helping. It'd be different if your wife was a housewife, but even if she was, they need breaks as well. So, and vice versa if the husband was a house husband. So no, I agree.
Earlier today, a political pundit blamed me for my dad losing his Senate race. So I exposed him for cheating on his wife. Elijah Schaefer wrote, really thankful for Herschel Walker's son for helping Democrats secure another seat in the Senate. Oh, you want to talk on my family business? Okay, let's get to yours. I quoted his tweet and simply said, I recommend do not come for me, or I'll have to tell your wife how you had relations with my friend at the Turning Point event in 2021 while you were married to her. I don't like cheaters. I followed it up with, this man was fired from his job for inappropriate behavior and also did my friend 4 times in one night at a conservative conference while he was married and my friend didn't know. Get your family life together before you speak on mine, adulterer. I can't stand hypocrites. Don't you ever come for me and my family when you can't even stay loyal to your wife. Get your home in order, Elijah.
Christian Walker is too much. Like, I think that's almost like the bittersweet part of getting Herschel Walker, because although Christian Walker is, in my opinion, definitely extra, he's good entertainment. I definitely see him on TV soon. So Herschel, you're not going to be the only famous person in your family anymore. A star has been born.
The encounter with LL Cool J was a one-time encounter. I serviced LL Cool J. I knew it was LL Cool J. He knew, in fact, I was transgender. It was like any other encounter I had. I got paid. I performed the service. Thank you. Never spoke again. We didn't text, email, call. We didn't exchange any numbers or contact information. I never saw him again. I saw Eddie Murphy 15, 16 years ago pick up friends of mine on that street block in New York City.
Hey, boy, you look mighty cute in them jeans.
Eddie Murphy was on the strip during that time, come out a lot. And he not only recruited, but paid favorites. Several transgender friends of mine who I saw get in his car, and I also saw them get out his car with several $100s. So I know for a fact Eddie Murphy, ever since 96, has been utilizing transgender.
So I heard this rumor about Eddie Murphy before, but man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Listen, we need a palate cleanse after that. I'm going to leave you guys with a good inspirational word, because that was some hot tea. Let's get into it.
Ain't nobody who looks perfect. Don't be dating nobody who hadn't made no mistakes. Don't be dating because they're lying. Don't be dating nobody who's trying to convince you that they ain't done nothing wrong because they lying. Don't be fooling with nobody who's trying to impress you with how sharp they are because they lying. Anybody can buy clothes. I'm not going to believe because you dress nice. I want to see your old wounds. Don't hire anybody till you check out them wounds. So even if we have to call you back for a second interview, a third interview, I'm trying to get you to an interview where you can be honest enough to show me your receipts.
Wow, that is an inspirational word. Don't believe the hype. You guys, I will be back tomorrow with, I'm sure, a bunch of stuff. There was a lot of things I didn't get to today because I didn't want this to be drawn out too long. But you guys got it. FS Family is signing out.